first phase faster, because I think Bambi is slightly more excuse me, Bambi, my bad. Sync is more comfortable with more hero pools, a wider hero pool right now. So the faster first phase isn't really their priority. They have the Sicilian, we've seen that as well. Instead, they're just gonna secure LY Force Cloud.
Yeah, right now they do open up carry for the side of SMG here, and I do know SMG banning out all the mid shares. They know how can Resurgence or any Singaporean teams, they know how to snowball people for the early game phase. But right now we're looking at Camila again. Will they lock down Sicilian on SMG side to complete this kind of lineup? While Resurgence hovering around Kadita, one of the most used and most big hero back then. I think it was season 3 probably. Kind of lost in between when it comes to season 5. I don't know where Kadita falls now, but Sicilian won't be taken up by SMG because they denied it by picking off 2 Jasons there. So Sicilian, one of the heroes you can go and fight him, is the heroes that you need to jump right next to this guy.
Yeah, exactly. And at the same time, it's either or, right? If Team SMG doesn't take away Carmilla, it's gonna be Carmilla Sicilian for Resurgence. So I don't think Team SMG ever expected to get that duo, because if they go Carmilla Sicilian, Uranus and Farsa will just go over to Resurgence anyways. So you have to trade something away, and they will kind of trade the Sicilian away, but they get themselves the Farsa instead.
But yep, when it comes to range, I will have to say Sicilian range and Farsa is almost the same here. But I can see that if the Feather Airstrike kind of landing on all these players, KaiZP can just wall charge it away to cancel it out. But can he reach it on the right time? Well, Ling will be banned down next here. We're looking at maybe, I don't know. Do you prefer Sicilian as a mid or a support at this point?
I think in this situation, I would still stick with my what I previously said, that Sicilian is still slightly better as a mid, simply because he gets his resource, he's farm faster, right? But one of his advantage is that his damage doesn't necessarily just come from items, which is why he scales so well into the late game, and it's understandable why he can be used as a support as well. But if you give him farm and he gets the snowball, you basically guarantee yourself an even stronger power curve in case something goes wrong throughout the game. So Team SMG lock in the Kufra, one of the ways to get on top of this Claude and lock down the Sicilian if he ever gets on top of him. But Resurgence will respond with both the Thamus and the Esmeralda. Thamus for the Uranus for sure, and Esmeralda overall just a decent pick.
I think this is gonna be finished up by carry. I hope it was a carry, but then apparently they are hovering around Roger here. Really surprising kind of these two teams. None of them wanted carry on their side. I'm surprised, honestly. But yep, that Kufra is not really a bad pick either. When we're looking at a Resurgence, I have seen their play before with that Vengeance coming out of that time was almost impossible to kill. It's kind of a pretty decent lineup for both of these teams right now.
I think the Roger pick definitely might come as a surprise because, right, you mentioned why did no one pick carry when it was left open? This is actually the first time that carry wasn't picked, at least for this week, when she made it through the ban phase. But the Roger pick is kind of understandable as well, because you're going to reach a point where this Uranus cannot deal with the Thamus, so Roger can act as the substitute to kind of brawl with the Thamus during the mid to late game phase. So I'm okay SMG. With the Roger.
I heard in qualifiers your name is Makan Cendol. Then in regular season we will makan you.
Untuk tim RSG, saya nampak tim korang banyak streamer. Baik korang jadi streamer je lah, tak payah join kompetitif.
I think that's very cute coming up from SMG. They roasted that one now, and it's the youngest player there is to actually say that one. That was interesting, roasting out from both team. Makan Jindal. Oh wow, that's really interesting. But yeah, we're gonna have to see who eats their own wood after that roasting here. Straight into the first game, Resurgence versus SMG. We're looking at brawling way straight into the game we go. And that's already first blood on the side of SMG. They are totally different from yesterday's game here. straight contesting on mid lane, and the next one will be the buff. They lost first man, and I think it's KZP for the first blood just now, and that was taken up by surprise. We're not into 10 seconds into the game just now, Husky.
Team SMG just played Resurgence at their game. Yeah, and talk about Roger. He's a marksman slash fighter, so you give him a 2-0, suddenly he just wins a lane single-handedly by himself. But I believe they're gonna funnel resources into him because Smooth will be the guy operating this hero. Resurgence definitely caught off guard by Team SMG's opening, but I don't think they're gonna be faced too much. Smooth still needs to be careful though. Getting 2 kills early on doesn't necessarily mean that you're invincible.
Yep, that's kind of true, especially in the early game, anything can happen. But I'm interested to see Takus actually playing with that emblem. There's not a lot of people playing the emblem. The more you actually spam your skills on the opponents, the more gold you will gain, but there's a limit cap to it as well. When it comes to late game, it won't be as effective. But back to the games, we go 0-2 for now, but still too early to say because it's too early, but not too early for these guys. Keep getting kills. Holy smoke! What happened to SMG?
Well, SMG is switching it up. They know that Resurgence prey on teams that are passive. So what did they do? They drafted a they drafted an aggressive and an early fighter, which is Roger, with execute. Right? There's no way you can fight a Roger early on if you are running Resurgence's draft. Those heroes won't be ready to fight Roger until they get a bit of farm, until they get their first and second item. So Resurgence is Team SMG is kind of exploiting that particular fact, but they need to start getting objectives off of it. Yeah, sure, they got the kills, but they have not dealt any structural damage, and Resurgence can easily recover from this if they want to.
I'm surprised with that. Roger will be one of the heroes will be most picked later these days. They are rising up the dead hero that we're talking about, not favorite picks, which is Roger, apparently being a killer in this game. Arthur, on the other hand, tried to run away. That blink was right on time. He waited that one out for the blazing duet first, then only blinks away. That was a smart move coming up from Arthur again. Resurgence trying to get against picking a fight against SMG, but apparently finally they broke the 0 into 1 now. KZP trying to running away from SMG here, which happens to be none other than Axe playing with the Camilla, trying to engage again. They are trying to be extra cautious for Resurgence right now. They cannot let their guard down. Apparently SMG is not like how they used to play. Sync will have to fight this one out, but no. For now, he will be alive, but at the same time, SMG will force another fight in the blue buff.
Well, Smooth getting ganged on. KZB isolated LA4 as well. He's looking for a way in, and he finds one with the blazing duet straight on top of Raisha. This Farsa is not going to do anything. Down for the count. As Resurgence, they might want to continue, and they can. Arta not able to leap away with the Tyrant's Revenge. The rest of Resurgence collapses onto Kufra, and it will be a cube going over to Jason.
Wow, that was really aggressive play, and return back from really slow start here. Resurgence got that skill back to balance. We're talking about the GPM as well as the kill scores almost the same, and they got themselves their objectives as well. So Team SMG, are they literally slacking off a bit here because they had a good start, but apparently they loosen up a little bit while Smooth trying to push on top, fighting against Sync, who is trying to defend, but that was a big combination just now. What just happened? We missed a little bit, but Arthur trying to just get back that kill and a revenge for Raisha, but that won't come back, and that will not happen so far. And Taco's kind of slowed down a bit on bottom lane. There's too many people to handle. At the same time, it's a mirror mode again. SMG doing the same thing, but this time is a second tier tower on the top lane. They lost 2 towers in a row for Resurgence. That gives a lot of room and a lot of map control on the side of Team SMG.
Yep, and that was exactly what Team SMG needed to do. Put your attention to this Roger, because he is at a very strong period where no one on Resurgence can just man fight him. Even Sing on the Esmeralda won't be able to do anything against a pushing Roger. So they brought back up and secured that tier 2 top. They also had the Uranus as well to make the split push happen. But now KZP getting stunned now. Rage with the Feather Airstrike. Not able to take the Grok down though. Unfortunately, LY4 has the Blazing Duet and now Falling Star Moon right on top of Axe. But Axe still somehow survives on the Carmilla. Here comes Roger though, smooth on the killing spree, and it's gonna force Resurgence to immediately retreat, saying trying to get away but gets stunned up. And now he is isolated from the rest of his team. It's gonna be a double kill for Smooth.
Smooth is sailing smoothly for him because apparently he is on a really good killing streak here. The moment he jumps in as a crazy wolf, he is unstoppable, and now he tried to outfarm against the side of LY4. LY4 trying to secure that red buff, but more kills coming up here. Sync will just being back in the game for now, but they will try to secure this turtle this side for SMG. But the goal is not that big of a difference just yet. But Smooth, can he make it on time to secure this objective on their side? Because we're looking at Grok trying to kill it away. LY4 arrived and they got the kill still. 4 turtles has been slain by none other than LY4. X tried to run it up, but LY4 playing it very safe, taking a back of retreat. There's a lot of buff for LY4 himself, triple buff at that. And they don't want to force themselves into this. LY4 really too much buff on his side, but still unstoppable on Smooth. He's trying to get more kills out, but he will be shut down. Now Kaiser be showing off his fangs, and they try to get Arta and also Takus, but that Feather Airstrike make a lot of room for the side of SMG to charge back right in. The fight is not over yet. Singh just arrived. Takus got caught in the middle. They're going back in. LY4 trying to wipe him out, but Raisha will be the victim. LY4 is unstoppable for now. They get themselves a tier 1 tower as well. That just snowballs a lot from the side of Resurgence. After kills still away from that turtle, keep on getting kills for the side of Team SMG.
Here's a 15-second breakdown. LY4 had Retribution. The turtle is definitely going to be his. He sidestepped the Feather Airstrike with his skill, so they were not able to kill him off. And he came back. That was perfect marksman play from LY4. He won the fight. He won the fight because of how he was able to identify all the threats. He was trapped at the blue buff pit, and he manages to get away from the Feather Airstrike. That was so good to watch. I need to watch a replay of that after this. But Resurgence putting this game back.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have that on highlights because that's one of the best fight we've seen and the longest one at a very high momentum. I'm talking about suddenly one person can change the table and then another person adds in, and now Kaizebi got caught in the bush straight away. Feather Airstrike by Fasa, and now we're looking at LY4 trying to make a play here. Does he still have that Blazing Duet? That's a lot of flame shot being thrown over SMG at the same time, and now Resurgence marking their territory and dominance against Smooth have to run from this, but he has nowhere to go. There's more tier 1 tower on bottom. Nobody tried to save him, but now finally Takus show himself up there, but he cannot do much. He doesn't have any CC or stun to help Smooth just now. And back to Jason being a little bit assaulted by that Feather Airstrike. A lot of place, a lot of space done by just now by that Farsa. You have to give credit to Raisha.
In the blink of an eye, Team SMG lost control of the game completely. Resurgence are now taking over. Wild Charge connects on Takus, but a great counter engage from Arta. Is it enough though? They take out KZP, but like LY4 blazes his way to the backlines, not able to get any kills just yet, but he severely injured the enjoyed Team SMG. And Jason once more with the flame shot from downtown gets a double kill for himself. And Resurgence are surging their way to a potential game 1.
Flame shot wins the game. There you go. But this will be undeniable lord for the side of LY4 and Resurgence. I'm loving this game so much. The fact that SMG having the same firepower, but it's just they're not having enough communication for the team. They're not having enough combination, and we're talking about they've been picked up quite a lot by Resurgence. That the moment they overconfident themselves, they make themselves exposed too much of a loophole there. And Kaiser P, he is one of the key players for the team. No matter what you throw at him, especially tanks, he can just pull the draft out. And now Arthur over confidently going in, but the Feather Airstrike 2 minutes to secure Cecilion, but they were forced to a retreat. Arthur falling down by LY4 there. They didn't see those actually in the bush, and not even making sure the position of the enemy exposed. They were going in a bit blinded by Arthur jumping in just now for SMG.
That's not really worth, honestly. They got the Sicilian though. That is a good, a good kill. But Arthur does go down in the end, so he won't have immortality for the next fight, which is kind of worrying, because even with the immortality, you saw how fast it melted under the damage output of Resurgence, and now with Lord crashing in, all 3 lanes are being pressured by Resurgence. Team SMG, they have to give up at least one of those towers. The bottom one does go down. You have the Uranus dealing with the Esmeralda, so they managed to kind of stave out the siege for a bit, but that is a major loss for Team SMG. And if you look at this game 6 to 7 minutes ago, this was not the case. Team SMG, they surprised Resurgence. Smooth was having an amazing early game, but Resurgence immediately shift their focus and went for aggressive fights. They kept going for Smooth, they kept going for Raisha, and in the blink of an eye, they just shut down 2 of the cores that were supposed to put SMG at a really good spot.
And as I have to say, Resurgence is one hell of a scary team. They adapt to the game so fast. They didn't even take a breather to rest for a bit, but look at that feather airstrike did a lot of damage, but still managed to shut a couple of down. And they are returning that firepower coming out from the side of SMG. Advancing Smooth, trying to get that kill, but Sanguine Claws deny his advancement. And we're going down, killing spree on that Uranus. Tacus having a lot of damage coming out from that kill, but he needs to reset himself to actually get that regen on. At the same time, SMG were forced to retreat, but Taku is not done with that yet. He wants more. The same goes for Raisha. And look at that, the rest of SMG keep on getting towers now. The one mistake they had just now, Resurgence, have to just follow that painfully well, because SMG knows how to take the advantage too. They are actually really good when it comes to fighting each other and reading out their plays.
Perfect synergy. Resurgence, they clumped up together. Arthur found the opening, he went in, a huge ultimate, an immediate follow-up with the feather airstrike from Raisha, and that gave them a huge advantage over the fight. They were able to take 2 down. LY4 disintegrated. That was the most important target that Team SMG needed to go for. So props to them, but you can still see that even through all that, they only managed to get 2 members. So Resurgence still having a almost 10k lead. They have an 8k goal advantage after that fight. Substantial lead for this Singaporean team. So SMG, they're still on the back foot, but it is a display of how they're still in the game. As Flame Shot comes in, Jason again, he destroys Raisha from afar. It's gonna be a 4 versus 5. Sana standing in front. Arthur thinking about engaging, but there's no way that they can engage as the Sanguine Claw catches Smooth. The Grot Wall will block out Takus, as Resurgence will start laying bullets into this Uranus. Takus trying to buy as much time as they can, but the regen safe on top of everyone with the bad impact. They will push Team SMG back, and they will take that mid tower. Resurgence though have the minion wave. They cannot end this just yet, but they've gotten themselves a good lead. Takus playing with fire right there. Resurgence will retreat.
They have nothing else to hold on to except for a tier 3 tower on top. That inhibited tower is that's left. This is a very fast game. We're talking about 14 minutes into the game, and now getting the Lord, they still can get that fight on for Team SMG. We're talking about fast fight. Smooth is not backing down either, especially Arthur. Everything falls down on him. If he engage and open the fight, miscalculations, it will just roll over on the side of Resurgence getting this one out, because we do know they're not having 5 men. Takus were forced to actually defend on the lanes at the same time. Kaiserby tried to flank everybody out. We're talking about Kaiserby baiting every single person to force the ultimate onto him. He tried to zone out every single person away, but Smooth got caught up in that, and now the wall charge has been opened. Arthur trying to help the team there, but Smooth taking a lot of damage. They've had the airstrike a little bit late on the back line, while Takus tried to catch up to LY4. But now, Takus managed to get one more on LY4. Both cores are down for the team, but Resurgence fighting still. Oh, that was a nice Terrence range coming out from Arthur, but no follow-up. Raisha, Feather airstrike was on CD just now. If only it wasn't, it would be perfect combination, but that flame shot won't kill anybody except for that Takus managed to get unstoppable for now. And Resurgence have only Sync to be the core damager. At the same time, they have to defend. SMG cannot push this one out just yet. They need the Lord.
SMG, hold on once more, and oh, holy cow! Tackers ran at LY4 and he just ran him down. You know, he's like a steamroller. He ran down the Claude. He killed off Jason. So this Uranus is holding the game together for Team SMG, but Uranus Uranus alone definitely isn't enough. And Resurgence, I don't think there should be panicking right now. I don't think that there's any reason for them to feel pressured. They still have this game within their backs. They just need. There's only one inhibitor tower left for Team SMG. It's just Team SMG have an amazing teamfight combo. As long as Resurgence can prevent that from happening and defend and protect this Claude, there's no way that SMG will be able to win any fights.
I think the biggest problem against Cecilia and Jason all the way, you do know Jason making a lot of space for the rest of the team, especially LY4 to finish everybody off with a blazing duet. That bad impact is one of a big problem that SMG have to think about how to counter it. And they caught Sing Si on the back, but Sing Si can run it away. He bait that one out, but now they are forced into a fight there. Kaiser P in between. Why he blocked himself just now? And now we're looking at Feather Astra already being casted here, and Tackles right in the front line got blocked again by that barrier. Arta trying to charge in. He canceled it out in the last minute, and bouncing ball will be casted upon. Sana coming out from the side there. Another air strike there, but Feather Astra managed to get one on it. For now, but Cecilia is really on fire. They're getting one more kill. Look at Smooth going as a crazy move there, but he cannot finish people off. It's not enough damage yet, but that Feather Astra tried to help him, but almost got himself killed. Is Raisha. That's 4 exchange to only 1 LY4 we're talking about. Like I said again, Jason is the bigger problem here, and that's a whole team wipe if Russia will be wiped too, but they will finish this one as the throne be fallen down. SMG, that was a nice fight. I love this game. It was still anybody's game till the end.
To go a long stretch, this game, the longer it goes on, the better it favors Resurgence. Simply, it's even scarier because of, you know, the Esthers, right? It enables this carry to come online much faster. Whereas for Team SMG, again, another aggressive lineup. Selena, now you add Selena and Joy into the mix. The best case scenario is that they get to run at Resurgence. That's basically it. But if it fails, Resurgence will just take this game and run away with it.
Yep. But we're gonna wait and see. This time they won't be as aggressive as they were used to be in the last game for SMG. Playing it out safe. Maybe they want to get a best of 3 this one, but not that safe. Apparently they go straight for the raid buff, and they will try to get this one out, and they will get it because apparently they have no clue on the side of Team Resurgence there, and they coming out and creeping from behind there. Already flame shot away. KZP already charged up with a, you know, perfect match, but it won't help at that state. It's 4v1 at this point. Jason a little bit late when it comes to giving aid, and he will fall down too, but oh, that flicker really helps him a lot. In case he flicks a little bit too late, that 1 second too late will cost himself a whole death.
Yep, but I think Resurgence kind of knew that it was coming because Sync was taking the red buff from Team SMG's jungle. So the fact that Team SMG was absent from that area kind of gave away a bit of information. KZB was probably ready to die. He didn't even use flickers. It's an indicator that, you know, it is inevitably going to happen. But Team SMG, off of that, great punish. They queue up KZP. They immediately take the tier 1 top in under a minute and a half. So this essentially just enables their lineup to be more aggressive and activate their strength in terms of just brawling with Resurgence.
And back to Resurgence side, they are trying to fight this one off. They got on side of SMG already 1 tower down. The problem with SMG is the consistency. They cannot perform well when they are too much under pressure and prone to make mistakes there. But at the same time, we're looking at a different SMG like they were in the start of the tournament itself. So Resurgence are slowly taking the farms for now, but Sana having a hard time to push the top lane there because it will be guarded by none other than Arta with Axe, who playing none other than Jawhead. There goes another pick off. Then nice abyssal arrow coming up from SMG, but at the same time Resurgence were being blocked by Arta. Cannot help their friends in a shortcut. And that's a bummer for the side of Resurgence so far. Now they're trying to get the fight on top lane here, which gives a lot of room for attackers to get that push on bottom lane.
Yep, and one of the problems that Resurgence is going to face if this game gets out of control is that their lineup has horrible wave clear, as KZP is going to find one with the RKO, a great smackdown, but the damage will start raining in from the side of Resurgence. They're going to run at the Jawhead as Axe will be eliminated, and attacker is going to be next Sing on top of this Damus, trying to take him down. A bit more damage. Some final touches. No, the site will slow him down. But Resurgence will settle for that and go for the turtle instead. Abyssal arrow connects, but the flame shot will be blocked.
Yep, it was a perfect block coming out from Sana there. If he's a little bit to the left or right, it will be killed still by the side of SMG. That turtle really means a lot for Resurgence, just closing up the gap that they are actually widening it up now. But at the same time, SMG getting that mid lane in exchange for the bottom one. SMG is playing objective game again. They're back to where they're supposed to be. They're playing by the textbook we're talking about. It's all down to objectives instead of picking up fights. They will pick up the fight if only Raisha managed to land the abyssal arrow on top of the heroes that have potential to be killed straight away.
Yep, and you also have to keep your eyes on LY4. This carry, Jason taking a break from playing the mage. So he's just going to fully babysit his fellow marksman, as SMG now trying to look for a fight again. A great wild chance on the LY4. That's the guy you want to kill. But the RKO again from KZP. They trade the Grok back. Double kill for this Atlas. Smooth trying to run away, but he is slowed down. Roger turns into the werewolf that he is, goes invulnerable, but gets slain by the Atlas regardless. KZP will now make space as Raisha will be forced to retreat. No abyssal arrow follow up this time. Resurgence, they get away with 3.
At the same time, there were lack of men for Team SMG for that fourth engagement done by Resurgence. That's a beautiful timing come up from them to force the fight in the blue buff side of SMG. But that a very good, I mean like a really beneficial fight at that. They got the buff, they got them kills. At the same time, SMG, they're trying to create a space as much as they can for Smooth to farm himself up. Well, we're looking at Tacos being solo pushing at bottom lane, but it's not doing well because Sync, I'm gonna pronounce both, who tries to deny that. At the same time, Sana coming in with the block buff that got stunned on Arta, but Arta will just, you know, reset himself a little bit more. While the rest of the team SMG got themselves on the top lane, they are forcing the fight out on mid and going straight to turtle. They are not giving free. I'm talking about not doing anything like the rest of the team. Resurgence, they're getting the turtle in exchange for that tower, at the same time harassing quite a number of output damage on the side of SMG tanks here. Arthur will forced to go for a retreat buying time, but that stun won't be followed up so far because Jason healing the LY4, making sure he won't be taken down, but Sana will be taken down. Instead, Axe will be the first who take off a lot of damage since he take that one down. And the rest of this is history because the tower will be taken down by Resurgence next. They are taking advantage at their full potential. And we're talking about after giving one fight and getting one kill, they're not hesitant to take up another fight after that.
Well, LY4 getting gone on by Smooth. He tries to go for the engage, but LY4 managing to get away. A great eject from Axe. Unfortunately, they were not able to burst down Sana quick enough. Sana got out. He has to purify as well. Resurgence turning around to kill off the Jawhead instead. And not too much of a loss for SMG though. Resurgence were not able to get too much other than a tier 1 mid. And this time they will make sure Sana goes down. No answer from Resurgence. They were not able to react in time. And it's most likely going to be a tower. No, there's no minion wave. Unfortunate for Team SMG.
I'm looking at Resurgence are actually very good when it comes and very creative when it comes to adapt to the style of whatever opponents are playing. back then they are forced to get into a fight, then they take up the fight after fight and re-engage, and now they are balancing objective and fights here. We're talking about KZP will be flushed out here, and now Raisha making sure that finish the job is none other than Smooth, if I'm not mistaken. That take a lot of people to take one person down on the side of Resurgence. At the same time, they are doing the same thing what they have been doing for Resurgence, taking the fight, then going for the objective, and now forcing another fight, but they overstay themselves too much. Tarkus were being forced to take down as a victim there at the sacrificial lamb for the team, but Smooth trying to go in for more and just making sure they won't cross the territory for that river wall on the side, on the bottom one is Team SMG territory. They try to mark that one out, but they overstate themselves. That kind of a very apparent on the side of SMG to sacrifice Tarkus at that time.
Well, and that means that it's gonna be a turtle for Resurgence. At least they're gonna try though. X comes in, tries to go for a steal. Sana getting gone on by Smooth. This Roger hitting pretty hard. Turtle getting stolen away by the Jawhead, and here comes the engage. Oh, KZP found the target that he needed, and it's both the cores taken out. Rachel and Smooth, they're out of the picture. Resurgence, they lost the turtle, they lost the battle, but they won the war, at least for that one. Arta forced away, he can't recall, he gets chased out by Sing. Means he cannot defend the base. Now he's gonna finally be taken up, staggered. Dab staggered by Resurgence. The mid tier 2 will be destroyed by LY4 as he steals the rebuff away. But overall, a win for Resurgence, hands down.
Yeah, for the exchange of that turtle, I don't think it's worthwhile for SMG, but there was a long juke coming up from Arta. I have fun watching it for Sing C or Sync trying to catch up to the kill. I had fun for that, but KZP is waiting for the next victim to pick off. Smooth going in while there is not even hesitate when it comes to picking up fights, but at the same time that will be a flaw that they will expose themselves too much to. Trying to go back for a defense. Bottom is pushing in, but at the same time will be defended by Tarkus at bottom lane there. They need themselves some space to push for SMG, but at the same time they are not backing down for Resurgence.
In a 4 vs 4 scenario, Resurgence is still stronger than Team SMG. So the fact that Sing can keep Tarkus occupied is good enough for the team. Resurgence now take away the tier 2 top as Sing continues to be a nuisance, a distraction, drawing Team SMG away from the core members of the team. And now they have found 2 more members! And it's gonna be a mega kill, followed by the second one over to LY4. Abyssal Arrow connects onto Jason, but Jason barely felt a scratch, and now Resurgence is gonna go straight for the jugular, but not before they punish the werewolf though. Mega kill for Sting, as Axe will face the Axe himself. Monster kill for LY4, and ladies and gentlemen, Resurgence remain kings, and they will take this best of 3 2-0.
Man, Resurgence is just as strong as they can get. They have been playing very well after one game another.